And hello there, and welcome to this virtual event presented by Parkway Place. You are attending Should I Stay or Should I Go? My name is Melissa Smith, and I have the privilege of being your facilitator today. And we have a terrific panel of experts who are going to be here, and their goal is really to answer those questions that you might have about a possible move to Parkway Place. And we're going to introduce the presenters here in just a moment. Speaking of questions, right there on your screen, there's a button to click to open up a box so that you can, in fact, type in a question. Anytime during the presentation today, put your name in there, type in a question, hit the submit button, and that will come right to us. And if we can answer the question right then and there, if it's appropriate within the presentation at that moment, we will ask our presenters the question. And if not, we'll hold it until the end when we'll have a complete question and answer session and answer all the questions that come in. So feel free anytime to do that for sure. All right, we're going to bring everybody up on screen here, which is very fun, into our virtual room. Hey, everybody, how's it going? Yep, you hear me? We're live, we're all that good stuff. Great,
Yes.
great, great, great. So, Susan, you are the owner of Tender Transitions, and in a little bit, I know we're going to
That's
learn all about
correct.
what your team does, which is very exciting. Jamie is your sidekick; she works with you. Would
Right.
each of you, yeah, would each of you just really briefly share what it is that you personally enjoy about working with seniors?
Well, for me, I love the wisdom that they share, which is only accumulated through life's events. And so I really love their stories and all of the knowledge that they have of their life. And it's so nice to be able to learn from them, really,
That is,
what's happened in their life and how it helps me.
oh, that's so nice. And Jamie, what about you?
Well, I'm very kind of OCD-ish. I love to decorate and organize, and so I love to be able to help them get settled in their new place. And I love hearing about their history of the things that they have in their house and why it's special to them, and um, what it's been in their family and stuff like that. The stories of their stuff.
Sure. Yeah, so that because they're going to want to move that precious stuff with them, of course.
Yes.
Can't wait to hear more about your business and what you do to help seniors in the transition. But right now, I'm going to go to the guy because there he is, the real estate guy, Ryan. Ryan, how's it going?
Doing well.
Good, good, good. So, same question for you. Why is it that you enjoy working with seniors? Because that's what you specialize in your real estate business, correct?
Correct. And yes, selling the house is very important. So whether it's before your needs change or after your needs change, I really help. I really enjoy helping people transition into that better phase of life, the next phase, that the better
Oh,
phase.
absolutely. I love that. I love the way that you frame that for sure. And then there's Michelle with Parkway Place. Michelle, I know you've been working with seniors for a long time now. What is it about this business that pulls you out of bed every morning?
Mhm. Well, you know, Melissa, working with seniors has taught me so much over the years. I just feel privileged to have the opportunity to learn what is important to them and what they enjoy doing and helping them learn the benefits of a carefree lifestyle.
Sure.
You know, I'm humbled to know that I can positively impact someone's life and inspire happiness on a daily basis.
Oh, I love that. That's great. Well, we're going to hear more about Tender Transitions. We're going to hear all about the Houston housing market, which is really, really important to hear right now. But Michelle, let's start with you, if you will, with your particular presentation. And I think that it's important for people to know you are so passionate about the work that you do, not only in Parkway Place, but with the seniors. And we could hear that in your voice just a moment ago. You've been in this business since 2012, and it really is a joy for you, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I was fortunate enough to fall into this industry in 2012, and I have always enjoyed being a part of seniors' lives. And it's just been
That's so great.
life changing for me.
So we're going to let you kick it off with your presentation, okay?
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Valissa, and welcome everybody. Just so thrilled to be here. When considering senior living, and one of the things that I like to do is learn from our own residents. And, our residents have just raved about the kind of support and care they have received at Parkway Place, especially during the pandemic and more recently when we had threat of a hurricane here in Houston. Residents are relieved that they don't have to worry about safety and security. So if you're wondering why consider now, I think basically the gist of it would be because enjoying this stage of life is based on not having to worry about those everyday things that keep you from living your best life. So let's look a little bit about those considerations that you should make when selecting a community. Decide what's important in a community that you would choose for yourself. Make a list, have kind of an idea when you're going to visit communities, what you feel is most important for you and considering your future. Think about the things that you like to do for fun. The community should offer the things that you enjoy doing or be open to new activities that may not be on their calendar, but they're open to adding new types of activities. Explore what services and amenities are available that you may want or need for the future. And think about the kind of support that the community offers. You may not need it now, but some independent living communities do not offer optional services. And if you need more care, you will have to relocate to another community down the line. And let's look a little bit about those differences. So there are several different kinds of senior living. I think the one that is most popular, we hear a lot about, is the 55 plus types of communities. And these are apartment style, cottage or neighborhood communities that may not include many services or amenities such as meals, transportation. When you begin to need more help, you may have to consider relocating to a different community. And that brings us to the standalone. These are communities that are strictly assisted living and memory care that would only offer those types of services in that community. Which brings us to the continuing care retirement community like Parkway Place, and also the life plan communities that are similar in that they both offer the long-term care options for people who want to stay in the same place as they age. Differences being some are rental, such as Parkway Place, and the life plan communities, which may require an upfront investment. Let's look at what to consider when you look for senior living. Top on the list is usually amenities and services. I would ask what is included in the price and what will be an extra cost. Look and feel the community. When you're looking around, when you're walking around, note the atmosphere. Also ask about a trial stay. That's a good way to get an idea of how it feels to actually live at the community. Ask for a visit with a current resident and ask the community to share about its history. This is a great way to learn more about the reputation. And when thinking long-term, think about the what ifs to make sure you are aware of all the options. Food is so important. Ask to have lunch or dinner at the community, perhaps with a current resident, and find out what the dining options are available. And compare what is included to what you are currently paying to determine the value of a community. Ask for a sample of the contract. This will also help you learn what other questions you may have that you didn't think of. All right, let's look at some quality indicators to look for. You want to make sure the community you're looking at has very high quality standards. Long tenured employees speak volumes about how a community treats its associates. This is important because these are the people you will come to rely on. Ask about financial health of the community and any reports they could share. This will help you feel peace of mind knowing that the community is stable. And ask about programs to ensure a smooth transition for new residents, such as ambassador programs. Well, you want to know that should you have a concern, that it will be addressed efficiently and effectively. So ask about grievance policies. Residents and employees should be positive and interactive during your stay, during your visit or stay if you're having an overnight stay. So really pay attention to the interaction between residents and employees throughout your visit. Look at some extra services that are offered at no extra cost. These are things you may not think about, such as notary services and other business services, and even technical help should you need it. Sometimes you need help getting on your laptop in your apartment. Ask about those kind of services that might be available. So the $1,000,000 question, is it best to wait or be proactive when making a move? I think that most of the people that I talk to do hesitate and want to stay home longer. But one of the things that I'd ask you to consider, choosing earlier rather than later means the peace of mind that you choose what is best for you, not someone else. If you wait until you're in crisis mode, you may not be able to visit places and have input. Should you begin to need extra help, you want to be in a position where transition is seamless. Having the resources at your fingertips with people that understand the aging process is one of the things that you will find most valuable. And you want to be able to know that you're going to be first in line over external admissions should you ever need to transfer to a higher level of care. Those are the main reasons I would say, not waiting. So you might be wondering, what is life really like at Parkway Place? Imagine the conveniences that are most important to you while being available when you need them most. Friendships, activities, wellness, and all the comforts of home with a supportive environment for peace of mind. Let's look at those inconveniences and benefits versus staying at home. Living in a community lets you focus on the things that keep you independent while you're still able to do such things, such as social activities and wellness programs. Knowing there is a plan in place for all your needs will give you and your family peace of mind. Social and recreational activities, on-site, planned, or impromptu, the possibilities are endless. And studies have shown that independent living residents stay healthy longer because they are able to enjoy the things they love doing and don't have to worry about things like maintaining a home. And so here's a couple of quotes that we have from some of our residents. And I think my favorite, well, a couple of my favorite, oh, sorry, this one is from Ernie Larson. There is pain in staying the same and there is pain in change. Pick the one that moves you forward. Got my quotes. All right, let's look at what makes Parkway Place different. From the moment of your first visit, you will feel like everything you need is here, whether you're completely independent or need extra help. As a faith-based, not-for-profit organization, you can be assured that Buckner's mission is to enrich the lives of senior adults and their families through Christ-centered values. We encourage residents to influence major community decisions by facilitating resident council meetings and offering resident satisfaction surveys. Your voice is heard. And what's on everybody's mind, right? COVID-19. So what about COVID-19? Well, we began monitoring in February and continue monitoring resident and staff for signs and symptoms as the safety and protection of our residents and staff is our highest priority at Parkway Place. Collectively, Buckner Retirement Services has been very transparent about communicating how COVID has affected our community to residents and their family members. In addition, Buckner Retirement Services has established a corporate task force to stay abreast of the most current research, CDC guidelines, and resources available. And we continue to equip our staff and residents with personal protective equipment. We work tirelessly to ensure all areas of the community that are sanitized several times daily, including higher traffic areas such as common spaces, elevators, and hallways to fight this invisible virus. And my Toshi said it best.
That's so nice to hear. The thank you for taking care of me during this pandemic and anticipating all my needs. I mean, that's just what you want every resident to feel. You know, Michelle, I have heard it said that it's actually safer to be in senior living than in our homes. And how can that be? Because I think so many of us have heard, read, whatever, the media kind of grabs onto this age group and talks about it, which is, I think, really a disservice. But how can it be that it would be safer for us to be in senior living than to be in our own homes? Help us understand that.
Well, primarily the protocols and the procedures that go in place in senior living it's just unparamount. It's something that people don't realize on a daily basis, the extent to which we go to keep our residents safe. And I think a big part of it is mainly the sanitizing of the community, our personal protective equipment that we make sure that everybody's wearing all the time, and then screening when we have visitors. We are taking extra steps just to make sure that those visitors are not interacting with our residents. So I think those are the main reasons why senior living, especially here at independent living at Parkway Place, has been proven to
Sure.
be very safe.
Yeah, I know. I mean, just I know in my personal life, I'm not wiping things down quite as much as I did in the beginning. I think we were all so careful, and now we're kind of, well, I'm getting kind of lax. So,
Right,
but
absolutely.
you guys can't do that. That's not, it's part of your protocol. You have to get in there and clean up everything all day long. Michelle, thank
Every doorknob, every
yeah,
railing,
I'm sure,
every
absolutely,
day, more
absolutely.
than once a day.
Well, if you have a question for Michelle, don't forget to type that in there on your screen, and that will come over to us, and we'll get her to answer that question for you. Thank you, Michelle, for that presentation. Another major step is, of course, getting a move together, because it can just feel overwhelming, right? And it's why we have Tender Transitions, because this organization of Susan Gaze and Jamie Kerman, the two masterminds behind this incredibly helpful service, it is like the dream service in my mind, ladies, because it really can take off that burden that we feel when we've lived in the same house for so long, and we think, what am I going to do with
Absolutely.
all this stuff? Where do I even begin? So I'm excited to hear about all the things that Tender Transitions can do for us.
Well, Tender Transitions has been in business about 20 years. And we started this business because we saw a need for people who needed to leave their homes but were just frozen. They really didn't know what to do. And so we have been just thrilled to be able to help people, and that's our love. It's really a mission. It's our life mission to try to help people to get them where they're into a safe new lifestyle. And so I'm going to let Jamie talk to you about what a senior move manager is, and do I really need one?
So, a senior move manager is a professional who specializes in assisting seniors and their families with the emotional and physical aspects of downsizing. Um, so, here at Tender Transitions, we will be able to help you not only with getting you moved, but also going through and having an estate sale and selling your home. So we will help you with the full aspect of getting relocated and all the needs that go along with that.
A lot of times people may think, well, I don't know if I need a senior move manager, but how long have you been in your home? When was the last time you hired a mover? Can I trust that mover? Can I trust the packers who are coming into my home? So you really do need someone to kind of facilitate those decisions. And we're not making those decisions for you. We are just making suggestions, and you are making the ultimate decisions. But Jamie, tell us what the moving process is like, because oh my word, where do I start?
So we basically can help you even before the move, getting you ready for your move, helping you go through your home. I think that's probably the hardest part for people, is the actual going through your cabinets and closets and getting you ready for the move. So, we can help you with that. And then we will actually pack you up and get you moved over to Parkway Place and set up your whole apartment for you. You just sit back, relax, and
Do you hang my pictures?
Absolutely. We'll hang the pictures. We'll put things in your cabinets, get your beds made up, TVs hooked up, everything. So it's a really nice to have somebody help you do all that stuff. And so in 2 days, you're packed and moved and ready just to start living that new adventurous life in your new place.
Well, so a lot of times people ask, what am I going to do with all this stuff that's left over in my house? And what we like to do is concentrate. When we're moving, we want to concentrate solely on the things you're taking with you. Then we can come back to the things that are left in the house. Do we need to have an estate sale? Is it something that can be donated to someone? Do we need to ship it to family across the country or across the city? All of those things are things that we can help you with. And that is something that we have a lot of resources to facilitate some of those things. And so it's really, when we're doing the moving part, we really like you to just concentrate on the things that are going with you, and we can handle all of the other things later. It makes that process a lot smoother, we found during the years. So we'd like to talk to you a little bit about some of the things that make a successful move. And the main thing is that we want you to be prepared to make decisions. It is very time consuming if you have to think a lot about details. So you really need to be married. You know that it's going to be difficult physically, emotionally. So we just want you to be prepared to make decisions and then be reasonable about what you can accomplish in a few hours. If you feel like you can only work for 2 or 3 hours, that's okay, because we'd rather be very efficient in those 2 or 3 hours. But if you feel like you can work longer, we just need to be able to assist you in the best way, in the most efficient way. And that is our purpose, is to help you accomplish what we can in the time that we have allotted. Jamie, you want to talk about things that you want to take to your new home?
Yeah. So one thing I'd like to add is that it's never too early to start making decisions, sorting, going through pictures and things like that. But, being reasonable about the furnishings and things you want to take to your home. So for example, if you like to bake, you don't need to take 5 measuring cups. So you just want to kind of be reasonable and think about the things that you're going to be doing, how you're going to be living your life, and pick out things that are going to assist you with that. So you can even, you may have a buffet that you love, and it could be now a TV stand. So, choosing the things that you love but can also be useful, maybe in a new way. So just going through that and thinking about those things, and making those decisions.
Yeah. And don't be afraid to ask for help. If you don't have family, or some people have a housekeeper that they've had for a long time that they trust, they can ask for assistance. But don't be afraid to ask for help, because this is a very emotional, it's very physically tiring, and we just want to make this as smooth, as seamless as possible. And don't forget to rest, because
Yes.
we want you to get to your new home and be able to enjoy it. Once you've chosen a floor plan, this is where we come in and help you. We will help you organize the move. We would help you organize the estate sale, the donations, all of these other things. And one of the other aspects of Tender Transitions that keeps us a little bit ahead of our competition is that we are able to help you prepare your house for the market. We have vendors who can, if you need a new roof, we can help you with that. If you need painting or you need electrical work or plumbing that you've put off, we have access to all of these vendors that we have worked with for a number of years and feel very comfortable allowing them into your home and to do great work. So I hope you have some questions for us at the end, and we would love to help you in the future.
A question that I have, Susan and Jamie, because I think that this is probably a real feeling that folks have. For those who maybe they don't have family members in the Houston area and they really need a service like yours, how do you help them develop a trust with you two? I mean, you have this experience for a very long time, but to help them feel comfortable that you are safe, that you are going to, do the right thing and help them in the right way. How do you kind of go about doing that? And I know that's a question we didn't talk about ahead of time, but
Right.
I just think that's a real genuine concern that people may have.
Right. So there are, I'm going to answer that in a few different ways. Number one, we get all of our business by word of mouth. So if your friend has told you good things about us, that means one of their friends has told them good things about us. So we have a very good reputation in the community, which is what we strive for. We are a Better Business Bureau company, and we have won an award every year from the Better Business Bureau for the last 10 or 11 years. And we strive on being trustworthy. It's important to us because our reputation, if we don't have our reputation, we don't have anything, because you are allowing us into your home with your belongings, with your loved ones, with your pets, who sometimes are more important than anything you might own. And we just have to have that quality that our employees have worked for us for 10 to 12 years. We know them, we know their families, and it's just very important to have those standards.
And it's a family business, right?
It's a family business.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And it is. So I know my employees pretty well.
That's so nice. All right. Well, thanks so much. And we do have some questions for Tender Transitions, which we're going to get to here at the end of the presentation.
Perfect.
I want to get Ryan in here if I can. Ryan is, this is a big part of the deal as the real estate guy. You're going to talk us through that, which I think is super important for everybody to kind of understand what's going on in the Houston real estate market right now. And you're from here, you're from Houston. What I love about Ryan is that you really are this advocate for seniors, and you're really the advocate for those who are selling their home, because I think sometimes we always go like, gosh, is this realtor really working for me, or is he working for the other guy? So I think that's an important piece of it. But one of the things I really love about you, Ryan, is that you're a dog owner. And so what kind of dogs are they, Ryan? What do you have?
Yeah, well, first off, thank you for having me today. Our dogs are German Pinschers. They are medium-sized Dobermans, so they're very rare to come by, but they are very intelligent and active. So they keep me active.
So how do you say their names? It's Marley and what?
Cash. So
Cash.
It's a German name. It means like a blackbird. So it fit because it's like a Doberman. It's very fast, and it's
nice.
Cash is an interesting one. Very fun-loving dog.
Folks didn't know they were going to get a lesson in dogs today, but hey, I was just curious, and so I wanted to know. So thanks for sharing that. So yeah, fill us in now, if you will, on what's going on in the real estate market in Houston.
Yeah, sure. So first off, my name is Ryan Gaze. I am with Keller Williams Memorial. I am a Houston native with 6 years experience working with with seniors. I'm a certified negotiations expert and a senior real estate specialist. And together, kind of what you went into is you want someone who's gonna put up a fight for you, who's gonna be a bulldog and really market and sell your home for the most amount of money with the least amount of hassle. That is my number one goal as an agent. And with the team that we have built around you, so as you've learned from Tender Transitions, we are a family run, full service team. And that's what we do. We put more than one person around you to make sure that you get the end result that you want to achieve. As we go through this process, we don't just sit down and go through step by step. We plan out the whole move for you from the very beginning. We set goals and we strive to achieve those goals. And so as we go through this presentation, I want to set off some trends that are going in the Houston market, some tips to sell your house, but also build the relationship and the repertoire that it's going to take to get you through this entire process and sell your home. Selling your home in this phase in your life often becomes the one of the remaining opportunities you can have to make income or make money that will last you the rest of your life. And we want to make sure that we do that as best as we can. So as we go through the trends in the Houston area, you'll see some different things, but 3 important factors come to mind when you're listing and selling your home. Those 3 important factors are the location of where you are in the Houston area, the condition of your home and where it relates to in the market, and pricing your home correctly from day one. These are the 3 most important factors that we can control as we go through the marketing and selling of your home. But through those 3 important factors, we see trends that have developed in the Houston area this year. On average, Houston sells 8,000 or more homes a year, sometimes up to 10, 11,000. So there is plenty of buyers and opportunities to sell your home. But what are the trends? Where do I stand in that market area is the question we often see. And right now, homes under 350,000 are selling very quickly. There's a lot of buyers in that area. There is not a lot of inventory in that area. So we're seeing a lot of competition. Those houses are often selling close to or above list price. And it's a very hot market, especially in the suburbs like Cypress, Katy, Woodlands, even League City. Some of those suburbs are selling very well right now. One of the other trends that is different than what we're seeing in these hot months in Houston market is homes above 350 are just beginning to sell. That market is heating up, and we're really starting to see the confidence in the market shift to really get people out from the 500 and plus homes. So if you are in that market area, don't be alarmed. It is heating up. There are buyers with confidence going in those areas. The timing of the market started a little late this year. So the trends we've seen have come from 2 different things. One, obviously the pandemic, COVID shut us down as the market typically heated up from March, April to May. And so what we're seeing is the offset to that. We opened back up in June where people were able to go back out, look at homes and sell. And at the end of July, we closed nearly 12,000 homes in the Houston area. So what that did was it just started late. So we see this market going strong even today. We are getting houses on the market, getting offers on those houses even past Labor Day. So the market this year did start off slow and late, but it is heating up and moving full steam right now. As you can see, we wanted to give you some indication of how that market shift is affecting the Houston area. So we've seen closings down this year, but if you still look at the numbers, 23 homes a week sold would still equal 8,000 plus homes a month. So the numbers are still adding up to be a successful year to sell your home in a Houston real estate market. But if you go to the next showing, you'll see, or the next slide, you'll see that showings have increased 28%. There are a lot of buyers who are looking, but there's the inventory levels that have not matched the sales. So each month we have homes being sold at a high rate, but there are not homes entering the market at the same rate. So when you see these showings, increase like that, buyers are getting very, very concerned at the inventory level. So anybody who enters the market, these buyers who have already been either entering the market or been in the market for the past 30, 60 days, jump at the opportunity to see what's new. Next, I'm going to go into what tips you can do as you market and sell your home that you can get the most activity while you enter the market from those buyers waiting and eagerly looking to purchase a home. In this market, we've noticed that move-in ready or turnkey style living is what people would like to see. It's not always able to be accomplished. And what we try to do with our services is tailor them to fit your needs. If there's an amount of budget you would like to spend to get your home ready, we want to make sure we put that money to use so that we can maximize the price of your home sale with the least amount of hassle. The things that I've noticed have been very successful is applying that into curb appeal, making sure your yard is landscaped, the grass is trimmed, and even maybe if your home is older than 10 years old, having some type of power washing done on your driveway, your brick, and any concrete that would be exposed. What that does is take age off the house. It really presents it like it's brand new, but it also shows that it's been maintained and cared for. The next thing that you'll see on there is cleanliness is a must. What that translates to in the market is condition. When people can come in and see that you've taken care of the yard, they get that first opinion as they drive up, and now they enter a home that's been professionally cleaned before it hit the market and really sets the tone that the house has been loved, maintained, and well cared for many years. Then we're in a position to price the home properly so that we can motivate another buyer to love and maintain your home for many years to come. The one way to do that, though, as you enter the market is to take a step back and look at your home as a product. You really have to take a step back and develop a buyer's mindset of how someone else is going to perceive your house in correlation to the market and other competition in that market. The main thing to get is this year with inventory down and buyers eagerly wanting to move is you are in fierce competition to sell your home. When you hit the market, you should be looking for important factors to come your way. Am I getting showings immediately? What is the feedback? But all of that stuff can be taken care of before you list the home by taking care of some of these minor things before you list. When we go through this process, we will set a plan and set goals to achieve the value you want. But the most important thing that comes into selling your home is pricing it correctly from day one. In this market, it's not crazy to see people go 2 to 5% above list price to get the home they want. But to create that opportunity, it's really important to drive up the competition and not push yourself too high over market. That is the conclusion of my presentation for you. The one thing I will leave you with is the best thing about working with Tender Transitions and Ryan Gay's real estate team is that our services are tailored and designed to fit your needs. So we go with what is needed for you at your price point and what you can do. So as you go through this process, everything is in your control. We are here to help. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Ryan, so much. That's so helpful. Help us get our heads wrapped around what we need to be thinking about when it comes to selling our home in this particular market. Now, before we get to the question and answer session, which reminder, right there on the screen, we're getting some questions in. Yay. So if you have one, feel free, put your name in there, type your question, and I promise we will get to that here in just a moment. But When it comes to making this big decision in our lives, I know that I really like to hear from others who have gone through a similar decision making process, trying to understand what it is that they thought about, right? And so, right now, we want you to meet Jim and Dot so you can hear directly from a couple. And I want to hear about how they made their decision to move to Parkway Place, how they handled that move, and the advice that they have for others like you and me. So here is Jim and Dot.
My name is Jim.
And I'm Dot. We love to give advice, and we would say that this new chapter of our lives is working out so well for us. We feel it's an answer to prayer, and it is hard to downsize. It's the hardest thing I guess we've ever done. But we had a lot of help, and we had people help us pack and move us, unpack, put pictures up, and we're very comfortable and we're very well taken care of here. Our advice would be that if it is time for you to make this decision, to start looking around, as painful as it is, it gets easier.
Yep.
And
It does.
go ahead, and there's a lot of help out there, and just go ahead and do that. It was offered to us that Tender Transitions was available, and they came into our home. All we had to do was decide what we wanted to move. And they came in and they packed it, they brought it down here, they unpacked it, they put it away on the shelves, and that was wonderful. And then further, Ryan and his mom, they helped us with selling the house up there, and this is available if you want it, and it is not forced, urged on you or anything. It was strictly if we needed the help, and we certainly did, and we appreciated it.
When that time comes where you know that
It's
where you are and your situation is such that a move is necessary for
need
you,
help.
and you're going to be looking to the future of what could happen in the future, and it's time for you to move, and you will know it. Our advice is to do it.
Do it.
Go ahead and downsize. As painful as it is, you can get the help that you need. You can have that place that you feel more comfortable with for the future. And you will still have activities. You will still have people around you that will love you and take care of you, guaranteed. So our advice is, if you need to move, now's the time to do it.
So now we want to get to the questions that are coming in. And by the way, I just want to mention this to you because I know Michelle, Jim, and Dot are not able to be with us here today for this virtual event, but I know that they would be more than happy to talk with folks, wouldn't they, if they have questions? So should people just send those questions to you? Your information's right there on the screen.
Absolutely. They have offered to talk with anyone who is just curious or interested or have any questions about the process. They really are so very happy to share their wisdom with others. So,
Sure.
absolutely.
Perfect. All right. So, Michelle, first question is for you. It comes from Bill, and Bill wants to know, how do I know if I can even afford a community like Parkway Place?
That's a wonderful question, Bill, and thank you for asking it. We take time to visit with you about that, and we actually have a financial statement that we go through and kind of help you with listing your income producing assets and also your regular assets. And we have a program that can help determine if through the longevity of your life, how it's looking that you will be able to afford Parkway Place.
Awesome. Betty wants to know, are you currently offering tours since we're still in, COVID protocol?
Yes, we are offering tours. It looks a little different. We do have our protocols for screening, but I meet each and every person outside, and we walk through the screening process together. So it's a little less disjointed, and we meet here in my office, and we go around, and absolutely, we're doing in-person tours, and we have move-ins as well.
Oh, that's awesome. So things are getting a little bit more back to normal. This next question is for Susan and Jamie, okay? And it comes from Elaine, and she wants to know, is there an extra fee for those transitional service for Tinder transitions? So maybe helping people kind of get their head wrapped around the fee portion of that.
Well, I'm not, I don't know that I understand the question totally, but let me explain a little bit about how we work on a flat fee. So we would come to your home and evaluate it and then figure out what that fee is. We do not like to work by the hour because we just feel like if we want to sit down and have a conversation with you about something, have a cup of coffee or whatever, we do not want those hours to be racking up. But there are fees for things outside of our control. Like if we need to do a trash haul, there is an extra fee for that. If we need to, of course, the movers do get paid separately from us. And anything that we have to do extra, if we hire an electrician to come to your house, that's all at their cost. We do not add anything to that.
I think it's kind of an appropriate time. I know this is not when we said we were going to talk about this, folks, but the gift. There is a wonderful gift that Tinder Transitions is giving out today, and that is a free consultation that is valued at $150. So thank you for that. Explain, if you will, what does that mean, this consultation time? And why is that valued at $150 besides the fact that it takes some time, obviously? So what does that mean?
So basically, we will come out to your home and meet with you and talk about what services we offer and what would fit your needs. Everybody's needs are different. Everybody, every move is different. So we'll come out, talk to you about how this is going to work for you. We can tour your home, get you some quotes, and just talk about all the things that you need.
Maybe give you some ideas about if you have questions about, will this piece of furniture even fit? We can just talk through some of those things. It's really more to answer the questions that you have that is maybe preventing you or delaying you from thinking about making this move.
Well, that's a generous gift and very nice of you all to share that with our attendees today for sure. So we'll remind them of that too before we're all said and done. Hey, Michelle, another one for you. Betty wants to know who owns and manages Parkway Place.
And you may have heard me mention it during the presentation, so I'm sorry if there's any kind of confusion there, but Buckner Retirement Services is the manages and operates all 6 of the communities throughout Texas.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. Okay, let me see. Oh, activities. Michelle, this one is for you too. So what types of activities do you offer at Parkway Place? And are those activities at full force right now due to COVID?
I'm glad you asked that last question because the activities look different now. We are actually enjoying in-person activities once again. We were all strictly virtual activities throughout the pandemic, but have recently been able to open back up. And, under regular circumstances, obviously the activity calendar is just chock full. Now we have to be a little bit more purposeful with the types of activities that allow us to have smaller groups that can be physically distanced I don't like the word socially distanced. We want to remain social, physically distanced, but still be able to have a good time. A good example is the scrapbooking club is able to resume their activity in our arts and crafts studio because there is ample space. There's 5 or 6 ladies. They're really enjoying it, and it's really going well. But we do have a huge focus on wellness, educational, and those are still easy to do. And our wellness center has opened back up. Our pools are opened back up. So it's by appointment. So it's a little different than just walking in. But all of the activities that we were doing are still pretty much happening, just on a little bit more purposeful, thoughtful level.
Sure. Oh, that's so good. That's so good because everybody
Oh,
wants to kind of,
so happy.
oh, yeah, you want to kind of have life get back to normal, right? Hey, Ryan, this next question is for you, and that's around the length of time that we should kind of get our head set on in terms of I've made a decision that Parkway Place is my place to go. How much time on average does it take us to go from I am doing this to getting my home sold and get everything out?
Okay.
What should people anticipate? Is it 2 months? Is it 10 months? What is it?
Well, to start, I would say that we go at your pace. So if you want to go as quickly as possible, we typically can get the home on the market in less than 2 weeks. That is getting it, whether the yard fixed, the painting, or the pictures, whatever we would need to do takes about roughly 2 weeks. When your home hits the market, if there's lending attached, we're seeing about 35 to 40 days on top of that to close. So from contract to close, you're going to add an additional 6 weeks into the
Okay.
process. If you can get a cash buyer and close quicker, more power to the buyer. I mean, more power to the seller. But from beginning process, this is why it's so great to use our services. So say your goal is to be at the point of listing your home, but in your new facility at Parkway Place, in your home, we can get that in a week or less, 2 weeks at times, because there's a goal of getting that. We can market and sell your house vacant or staged.
Oh, okay.
So yes, the timing is completely at the seller's control. But the best part is the process of what my mom and Jamie do doesn't take long once the packing and the decision has been made to go forward. Each case is different, but we've done it as quickly as 2 weeks or less. Once the house hits the market, it's typically a 6 to 8 week minimum if there's a loan attached to actually close and fund on the home today.
So you're saying it takes the bankers longer to do their stuff than it does you. I heard you. I got that.
And so what we try to do is fast forward a lot of those needs whenever we can.
Sure, sure. That's helpful. Okay, we have a question here from David. When I move in, can my family come and visit anytime? Do you have a guest suite for them? So obviously David's family is from out of town. And what about visits during COVID? So just a little more clarity on all that, Michelle.
Okay, absolutely. Yes, so we are accepting visitors. Again, same kind of protocols and guidelines that we're following with our in-person tours. We want to the process is very simple. Families will come, they'll screen, and we do ask them to enter into the building closest to their loved ones, the nearest entrance, use stairs when possible, so that we limit any interaction with our residents. There's no real limit as to how long you can stay. It's pretty flexible there. We just are more concerned about the coming and the going part of it, just to make sure everybody's safe. Guest suite, we do offer a guest suite for family members and for trial stays as well. So yes, that is absolutely something that's available, and we can help with, if you want to know a little bit more about that, I can help you understand the process for that.
Awesome. And we're going to give your information again on the screen in just a minute here. But one more thing before we sign off, I want folks to look for an email from Parkway Place in the next couple of days. It's going to tell you, we want to get your feedback for one thing, but it's also going to tell you how to re-watch this presentation. If for some reason you're thinking, oh, what did she say about that? Or what did he say about the real estate market? That way you'll be able to go back and watch it, because we're recording that presentation right now, even as we speak. And then, of course, there's going to be information in there about the gift from Tender Transitions that is valued at $150 for you, that will help you make a decision around whether or not that service is the right service for you. And we believe it is, but of course, that decision is ultimately yours for sure. So as questions pop up in the next couple of days, and they probably will, please reach out to Michelle or reply to that email, and she'll get those questions answered, won't you, Michelle? You can't wait to answer those questions. Yeah, or call her. She'll take your call. So do that as well if you should have one. You guys, it was so fun being with you today. You were terrific.
Thanks
and
for having us.
Yes,
such
thank you for
great information. Well, thank Parkway Place, of course, for having us for sure. But it was great information, and I think it helps us all kind of get the juices flowing about the process, and it helps us to see that there are clear, easy steps that can be followed, that there are people who are there, you wonderful people on the screen, to help support us while we make a move like this to Parkway Place, and to know that, this is a doable deal. And not only doable, it's like, what a great place to spend out our retirement years, where you don't have to deal with maintenance. And I don't know about you, but I'm kind of sick of cooking and all those other things that comes with having a retirement lifestyle for sure. So thanks again, everybody. Thanks for joining us at home. Look for that email and have a great day. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye now.